Hello, my name is Ian Norman, and I will be making the exam review game creation video for Computer Science 277 at Citrus College. To begin with, I'm going to be going over a game that I've been making prior to this class beginning throughout this semester, which is a tower defense game. This is the progress I've made thus far on the game. To begin with, we have a map with paths, a start node and an end node. The enemies will spawn on the green node, move throughout these waypoints using a script, and will be shot at by these towers. These towers will shoot out bullets. If the bullet hits the enemy, it destroys the enemy. If not, and the enemy makes it to the red end node, it will then destroy them. Typically at that point you would lose a life, and if you lose too many lives, you would have a game over screen. Those two lives lost and the game over screen have not been implemented yet. It will be in the future. The one other game object that's worth noting is the game master object, which has the wave spawner script and other objects and variables which essentially allow the game to function and operate properly. I will now be going over the coding aspect and the scripts that allow the game to function properly. So to begin with, we have the wave spawner, which essentially says that every 5 seconds it will count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once it hits 5 seconds, it will then spawn, it will count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Once it hits 0, it will then spawn in a wave of enemies. The number of enemies will equal the enemies that are the number of enemies that are spawned will equal the wave, and this spawns the wave and this spawns the enemy. The number of enemies spawned is equal to the wave index of this for loop. They are then moved throughout the paths using the waypoints, and these waypoints are put into an array. They look through the array, figure out what the next waypoint in line is, and then proceed to move at it with a public float speed variable. This is the array for the waypoints. Next is the turret script, which is the second most extensive thing other than the wave spawner script, which basically details how the towers will be targeting the enemy. It targets the first enemy that it is furthest along the track, and then once that enemy is destroyed, or it loses sight of that enemy, it will then target the next enemy in line, and it will then proceed to shoot a bullet periodically. This is the shoot script, which basically shoots the bullet game object using the bullet script, which basically dictates it takes from the turret script, finds the target that is currently being targeted, then proceeds to have the bullet track the enemy. If it hits the enemy, it will destroy them. If the enemy makes it to the end before being destroyed, the enemy will be destroyed and the bullet will be destroyed, and theoretically a life would be lost. I'm now going to hit play and show you the game in its current state. And as you can see, the current wave increases, which spawns the number of enemies equal to the wave, and the towers then proceed to shoot the enemies that are there. That is all for this exam. Thank you so much for watching and for your time, and have a great day.